The highly anticipated Hogwarts Legacy has finally dropped, baby, and we played it. We didn't play the whole thing because that would be, I mean, we would really have to grind. We would not see the light of day because it's only been out for like a week. So we didn't play the whole thing.
Yeah.
We got like 4 hours in, but we are going to talk about it. So take your wands out of your bums and let's go. Osteoporosas. Ain't that a spell?
Yeah, sure.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Leukemia. Something like that. So, right off the bat.
Okay, it's one of those episodes.
Let's say this. What a good game.
I love it.
What a good game.
I love it.
It is a very cool game right off the bat. What I like about it, well, let's give a little synopsis about it first. It is your first year in Hogwarts, but you're starting out as a 5th year.
Yeah.
So it's your first year at Hogwarts, and on your way, you end up running into some ancient magic with your professor who's guiding you. Mm-hmm. When you run into this magic, you also run into some goblins, and these goblins want that magic. So the rest of the game is obviously you having to thwart off these goblins, finding out what the ancient magic is, and going through your daily life at Hogwarts. There's a lot to do. We have not even scratched the surface. As I said, we've only got about 4 hours in, but we've had a lot of fun.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. The game was fantastic.
Well, we're gonna have a lot to say. We're also gonna talk about some other stuff at the tail end of the show, but let's dig deep into Hogwarts Legacy right now. And let me tell you about the first thing that I enjoyed about this game. The first thing that I enjoyed is the opening. It is the beginning, because you didn't just start off the way I thought, where you would just start off at Hogwarts. Where you started off at the front door and they're like, oh, hello, it's time for your hat ceremony. They didn't do that. It was like, I don't want to give a lot of detail in case you fucking muggles didn't play it. Okay, but let me tell you what happened a little bit. So you start off, you make your character, your guy, your girl, your they, them, whatever you are, your wizard, your witch, and you go on this enchanted carriage ride in the sky.
Yeah.
And everything's beautiful. Everything's lovely. And they're like, oh my God, there's a little key. And you're like, I can see magic in it. And they're like, you can? And you're like, yeah, I can see a glow on it. And they're like, really? And you guys are just like kind of talking about this for like 15 minutes. And all of a sudden, bam, like this dragon comes, smashes into the carriage. I don't want to say what happens after that. But you end up in Scotland somehow. You got to go through the vault with the goblins. You realize the goblins are evil. You throw down. You learn some spells.
Whoa.
What?
Not all goblins are evil.
Well, the ones in the vault.
That goblin group was evil. Don't.
All right. So sorry to offend the goblins out there. The goblins watching. My bad. Sorry. Anyway, but that is true though, because one of the goblins was like, I don't agree with that. And
he got murked.
And the head goblin was like, oh, you don't? Done. Abracadabra, you're dead.
This game is not playing.
This game, so the goblin kills the other goblin, and then you have to throw down with the goblins a little bit, but then you end up at Hogwarts, and then you do your initiation, you do your hat ceremony. What house did you get, Crow?
I got Ravenclaw.
You got Ravenclaw.
Basically a crow. They're related.
Do you agree with this house sorting?
Yeah.
Do you agree with it?
I mean, I still want to go through the website and everything else like that.
Right.
Get my copy
right.
and then go on the website, because you can there's special cloaks and stuff like you can get from the.
Why do you agree with this?
Just makes sense. It was just said intelligent and curious and witful. So
to those who haven't played the game, I believe the hat ceremony was going to be a little more intricate. I thought they were going to say, hey, when you wake up in the morning, do you turn to your right? Do you turn to your left?
Pokemon games asked me more questions about myself.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be like, when you take a shit, do you wipe front or do you wipe back to front to back? Yeah. It was not that intricate. It was basically like, hey, describe yourself in one word. Yeah. Boom. All right, there you go. I got Slytherin. Do you agree with that?
I don't know.
I agree.
You agree with it? What was it?
Because it's about ambition.
Okay.
And if there's one thing I have, it ain't skill. It ain't smart.
It
ain't a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not physical prowess. It is Ambition. And we're going to get to why I'm so, not why I'm so ambitious, but
We
we're going to
definitely
get,
play this game very differently.
we're going to get to ambition a little later in the show, by the way. Oh, let me check this. Okay.
Yeah.
So I agree with it, especially because, like, you know, some people are like, oh, you should have gotten Gryffindor.
Who said that?
Some of my friends.
Get out of
You
here.
should have gotten Gryffindor.
You're not a Gryffindor.
But I was like, oh, yeah, you mean the one where you literally have to solve a riddle every time I want to go in the fucking house? Yeah, that sounds about right.
My house too. I have to figure. I have to do a riddle too.
Yeah, with really?
Yeah.
Oh, so if you thought, what would I be? What house do you think I'd be?
Now that Slytherin is.
Come on, I'm ambitious. I'm ready to go.
That's perfect for you.
All
I mean,
black.
even just the way you played the game, it was just like very. Very Slytherin.
Remind me of that because I have to talk about that.
The way you played was completely different from me.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I just got curious. I was just like, ooh, that thing on purpose. You weren't doing that on purpose.
Wasn't doing
you
what?
Were, like falling into side quests. Like you were accidentally falling.
I did a side quest by accident. We'll
I was
talk
like
about
looking forward to the riddles and stuff.
No. And we'll get to that in my later comments about it. But back to the beginning, I love the beginning because it took me way off guard what happened, not to get into too much detail. So then you end up getting your house, you get settled in, and you have to get acclimated to Hogwarts, and they teach you some more spells because you already know a few basic ones. Now, this was one of my favorite parts of the game so far, is getting the first two spells, doing the first two classes, where you have to do Accio and you have to do, what was it, Levitorus? Leviticus?
No.
What is it? Anyway, the one where you got to levitate a guy. If you can't tell, I am a complete muggle, and I really only played this game because it kind of just looked cool. That's it. Like, I watched one Harry Potter movie.
Really?
It's it. I've seen one, and I've seen it like 48 years ago. Other than that, I'm a fucking muggle. So it just looked cool. I was like, I'll play it. So anyway, you got to learn your first two spells. You got to do your first two classes.
Yeah.
This is where I messed up bad. This is where you could. This is where you could tell when I said I don't have a lot of smarts, because when you do the Accio thing, you remember that game you got to play.
Yes.
When you learn your spell, you got to play this game where you got to pull these balls towards you.
Yeah.
Pause. You got to pull the balls towards you, and then you go against somebody.
Yeah.
So you got the blue balls.
You went against Natty.
Yeah, you go against what's her name?
Natty.
So then you pull the balls towards you, and she pulls the balls. So remember, I was coaching you on how to play the game, right? That's because I absolutely messed up when I played the game. This is what I did. I'm doing Accio, and I'm pulling the balls off the stage, right? I pull the balls off stage, and I'm screaming at, yeah, you suck! You suck! You suck! Yeah, I'm fucking you up right now. I'm fucking you up, right? I'm pulling the balls off the thing, and she's pulling them, like, as close as she can to the edge without pulling them off.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the goal is to pull them off. I'm thinking the goal is to get them off the stage. So I don't even notice that I'm getting literally 0 points. Okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm ripping them off. Everybody's like, ah. Meanwhile, they're cheering for this chick.
Yeah.
And then we get to the end cutscene, and she's like, oh, sorry, that you lost the game. And I'm like, I did? And then the professor was like, yeah, you sucked. And I was like, I thought I won. What do you mean? So that was a total fail.
I actually did really well in that game. I
Yeah,
didn't
because
win.
I told you.
I mean, I didn't need you to tell me, but
Yes, you did, because you were pulling them off the stage.
no, I just pulled the thing, and I was actually reading the stuff, and I would have figured it out when she was. I do the one thing you don't do. Listen. You did not listen to none of the cutscenes.
Okay. Chill, homie, okay?
Relax, because I coached you. And I coached you a few times in this game.
His
Don't even
definition was
front.
coaching was like, let me do it.
No.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
That's you.
We'll get to that.
There was no
we'll
coaching.
Get to that.
He was like, I'm going to get you through this.
Really?
I'm going to let you get through this game.
All right, anyway.
I gave you the controller one time.
We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that.
You're wrong.
We'll get back to that.
What is that soundbite?
You're wrong. You're wrong. All right? We're going to talk about that in a second, about me not coaching you, apparently. So then, my other favorite part was the next spell you learn is Leverator, where you pull a guy in the air or anything. That one I succeeded at tremendously. Whipped the guy in the air. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, minking him up, smacking him around. I was like, that one I could do.
Yeah.
And then he invites me to a fight club, and I said, that's what I like.
Yeah.
I want to go to the fight
He didn't
club.
get a hit on you?
Nothing.
Good job.
I smacked him around.
Good job.
Sebastian got fucking mopped all over Hogwarts.
Same.
Yeah. So that, because I like fighting games and things. I like violence. So you tell me to do something that requires any kind of skill besides shooting or beating somebody.
Yeah.
You lost me. During the game, I'm trying to hit people just walking through the halls and it ain't working. Maybe you could do it later though. Because the basic spell, you could just zap people.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to zap the little cat. I'm trying to zap the people. It ain't working yet. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. The game is going well. And then I stop once the troll hits the neighborhood. Hits, what is it called? Hogmeade. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hogmeade.
So Hogmeade, the troll hits Hogmeade. You got to beat him up. And then I stopped my game, and that's where you stopped as well.
Yeah, what do you thought about that?
I thought that was amazing because I was already kind of bored going through Hogsmeade. I was like, I'm kind of bored right now. And then all of a sudden, bam, the troll goes out. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. So I am a fan of the game. I am a fan of the, I like doing the spells. I didn't think I would like that part as much. I'm a fan of that. The one thing I will say, the only thing I can say that I'm not a big fan of, and it's not even the game's fault, it's just the kind of game it is. I'm not good at big open world games like that. Like the side quests and all that. I like a real A to B to C game.
I feel like this game was an A to B, C game. As long as you knew the difference between the main quests and the side quests, you can
right. Well,
follow.
like in a game like this, they'll be like, okay, if you want to continue to this next level, you got to do these two things.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I just want to keep going.
Most games today are like that.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't play a lot of new games.
Yeah. Apparently you don't, because a lot of
that's
games
why in
today,
GTA I would never finish the game because they'd be like, hey, go drive over here.
I
I'm
actually agree with that.
And I'm like, can I just go shoot the guy in the head?
Yeah. No. In GTA it would be like you would have to literally drive 30 minutes, and if like in a game, and you're like,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah. So that's the only I might not finish it because of that. But maybe you're right. Maybe if I just stick to it a little bit, I'll finish it.
They have just the main story. That was easy enough.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
But so then let's get to the one side quest I did by accident. So then when
Didn't
they tell you
two?
when they I did two, one on purpose though.
Okay.
I did one by accident because I thought when they tell you to go get those papers, I thought I was supposed to talk to that little girl. So I started talking to the little girl, and she's like, everybody in the school hates me, and they took my gobstones. And I'm like, oh yeah, like why? And she's like, because they smell, and they put them up in the different parts of Hogwarts. And can you find them for me? And I was like, yeah, I'll go find them, because I thought that's what I had to do to keep going. I got confused, so I go find these freaking gobstones. I go on Google just to find them, which they had the trail, so I don't know why I needed Google. So I find them, and that's where I do my first evil deed. This is where I do my first evil maneuver.
Really?
Because she's like, I'm like, hey, I got your gobstones. And she's like, oh my God, really? Thank you so much. Can I have them? And I'm like, nah. Psych, I'm keeping them. See ya, loser. And I walk away with her gobstones. They give you the choice.
Wow.
They say, you want to give it to her? And I was like, nope. See you later.
Did that affect anything? Like, did you get like negative points or something like that?
No. And that was people's criticism about the game. They call this a genocide simulator. And it's like, if this is an open world game, I want to be able to do whatever I want to do. If I want to use all the forbidden spells, let me use them. If I want to smack people around for no reason.
Wait. People were complaining about that it is a genocide.
Yeah, like, the fact that you're able to do evil things rub people the wrong way. And it's like,
oh my God, shut the fuck up.
If I'm paying $70, I better be able to go to Azkaban and escape. So anyway, that's the only thing I didn't like, that I may not like about the game, is that it's, so open, is like so much to do that I may be overwhelmed. But I think if I keep my head in the game, I could do it. But most likely I won't beat the game, but I might beat the game. What do you have to say about this?
I'm sorry. I'm actually still.
Yeah, move on from that.
I'm actually mad about.
Just keep going.
Okay, so I actually really, as somebody that watched most of the movies, listened to about 2 or 3 of the books, I actually really enjoyed the world. I was like, yo, this is the first time I got to like see the school in details. It was It was beautiful, the interaction with everybody as walking through the halls and just hearing the different NPCs, just non-playable NPCs just talk and interact with each other. I was just laughing. It had that great Harry Potter humor. And at the same time, I just felt like immersed in it. It's been so long since I played a game that I actually wanted to finish. Genuinely wanted to finish. I was like, wow, I want to finish this game. I want to know the story. I'm not sure, but J.K. Rowling, did she completely write the story?
I
got to look into that.
No clue about that, but I will say that I do agree, and I forgot to say that me not being a big Harry Potter fan, I was still in awe of Hogwarts and how cool the environment was. And I think if you're a Harry Potter fan, you're gonna lose your mind.
The attention to details, the little Easter egg. I believe one of the Easter eggs was the when you go build your own wand, there's like they show Harry's wand.
You pointed that out to me.
Yeah, I believe
never
that
known.
the second one was Harry's wand, and I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So it was like, I could be wrong about that one, but that's what I thought about in a second.
I believe you.
And I just really was sitting there like, yo, this is simple and complex at the same time.
Right.
Simple and complex. It has a lot of modern gaming methods that's easy to follow. Like I said, Dark Souls, it was like when you're fighting the trolls, it was a lot of moving around.
So let's get to that.
Yeah.
I didn't coach you through that. I didn't coach you through the troll game.
I didn't need you for that. You invited yourself. Coaching is me asking you.
You were getting your ass beat.
Coaching is me asking you for advice.
When I stepped in.
If you deliberately say, you got to do this, you got to do this.
When the troll came in, he had you in the corner and he was molesting you viciously.
That's okay, but you're saying coaching as if I requested your help.
Well, I didn't say it was.
I
it
never
was voluntary.
Needed your help.
I didn't say it was voluntary, but I
never
advanced you.
I never needed your help.
You would have gotten tore apart.
I would have enjoyed figuring it out myself.
I was like, yo, move this way, do this.
No, you didn't
hit that, do that.
See, I think you're interpreting me just moving around and figuring out the game system myself as you're speaking, as I'm figuring it out as coaching. When it's just me moving around trying to figure out how the camera works.
He was getting demolished, bro.
I was getting demolished from that thing. I was like, yo, how is this?
And also, the only reason I helped you is because we needed to start the show.
Yeah, that's a fact. So I accepted it because you was like, we got to finish.
If you're a fan of the show and you're a fan of us, then I guess this might be a little bit of interesting. What happened was I had the game for a week, and then I said, you know what? Why don't you come over like at 6 a.m. You play it for a few hours while I sleep because I was getting ready for the show last night, so I stayed up all night. I said, why don't you play the game while I sleep, and then when I wake up, we talk about it, and that's what happened. So that's why I played it with him. Bro, that's why I was here.
I wanted to just yell and
I told you, you know what's so funny about that?
I was like,
it's funny when you say that you wanted to yell. I was like, when I handed you the controller, I said, do not yell and scream. Yes. You're like, what am I, a baby? I was like, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna, because I'm a freaking epic muggle. And I was like, yo, I was going crazy. The carriage thing, the games, when the troll came out, I was like,
the dragon just went and
whoa. Let's not do that.
We know they're in the game.
No, because some people, that would be a big spoiler.
Really?
Yeah, let's not talk about the dragon. The dragons are there, but let's not, that's a good part that people don't want to get spoiled.
I got you.
But it's great. So that see what I was talking about? I was telling you not to yell and scream because I was yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
When I was levitating, people was like, yeah, bitch, what's up? Take that.
And that's another thing, the interaction when... That's what I was saying. Like, even for somebody like you, I feel like if you really wanted to sit down and finish that game, you could. Because I'm like, damn, how many spells are here?
Yeah. And I take it back a little bit. I take back what I say a little bit because not that I dislike the game for it. It's just that the way the game is built open world. I get overwhelmed with games that big. But if you're right, if I do stick to the story, then I'll be fine.
I felt like I was just sitting there like, yo, how many other spells they have? How many other spells they have?
No.
And I just kept feeling like, ooh, I would like to go into that mission over here to see if I can get another spell.
The more I
that
play
spell might help me over here. I was just like, ooh, side missions. And everything you do in that game gives you experience points. Like just even doing the riddles for people who like puzzles. I'm like, oh, yes.
Yeah, what do you mean you were doing puzzles?
There was like the one thing where you had to, damn. There's one spell when you have to,
Just say it.
You have to use a spell, and you have to light. You have to use the light.
illumine us.
Yes.
You have to light the statues. That's fine to say.
No, yes, okay, fine. But there's one part where there's a puzzle with the pictures.
Oh, that's not a wait.
No, but there it gets in depth. You can keep doing this with the different pictures. Yes, there's multiple frames where there's don't.
What the hell are you talking about?
So
you talking about when the statues, when you gotta light, when you gotta illuminate the path?
No. I'm talking about when you get
What
into the
game were you playing?
When you get to the central hall, there's a side quest where you have to go to these frames, picture frames, and you use a spell, and it gives you clues to other things.
Oh, I did that.
You did one?
When I found the hummingbird or whatever. I found the bird for the
Okay.
girl. That's the one you did?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I found that was easy.
That was easy. So what I'm saying is that
It's not
when
a puzzle.
bro,
That ain't no puzzle.
that was basically what I'm saying is that's gonna get harder and harder and harder.
That's what she said.
So at the end of the day, I just like things like that. I was like, oh,
You like doing things that get hard.
I love it.
Right.
I love it.
Thanks for
So
that.
the harder the better. So
But again, to your point, if I
Yes.
stick to it, I think the more I play this game, the more I'll like it. This is going to be a game that I play over time, and I will be beating games in the middle of probably playing this game. You know what I mean? Like I'll take a break, beat a game that's a lot easier for me, and then I'll keep going. But that's the way I think this game was meant to be played.
man, and then the story, like I really felt like out of all the things that
It's a good story.
that she's created, as a kid I was like, damn, Harry Potter's. I don't know why this series does not have like really decent games. And
I think they do have games,
No,
though.
they have games, but they've never been compared to like this.
Yeah.
and I think that them making it for this system with all the technology and the how big this game is and how much it is to do, I was just like, yo, okay. They can do so many things with this game. They can go to
Yeah.
other stories,
Well, I like that it's
remake
even
them
more-
with this type of design and platform. Like, she can make so much money off this.
You could even go further than Hogwarts. You can go into the
Yes.
Forbidden Forest, and I want to go in there.
Yeah,
I
same.
want to see what's up in the Forbidden
Me
Forest.
too.
So
I just want to go kill some humans.
This is what I'll probably be playing this periodically over time. It's a banging game for somebody who doesn't even like really like this stuff that much. I like to watch people like Harry Potter. I like to like watch Harry Potter fans. I think it's
Yeah.
interesting. I like the story, the general story.
Yeah.
But this game is something I can get into.
And it just added a nice maturity to that's like in the books.
mature.
It is mature. Like if you watch the movie, it's like, oh yeah, definitely PG. It feels like it. You know, yeah, we see some deaths or whatever the case may be. No, this game don't care. It's using magic the way magic is intended to, whether good or bad.
I'm interested
Whatever your
to see-
intention is. That's the fun part about that game.
I'm interested to see how dark this is gonna get, because I have a feeling this is gonna get wicked.
It has to get darker.
It's gonna get. I know it's gonna
has-
get darker, but I'm saying I think it's gonna get wicked. Like bodies are probably gonna be dropping.
Bro.
It's gonna get wild. I think that's my prediction for this game. I think it's gonna get really wicked,
Bro.
which I'm excited for. Like I think Hogwarts is gonna get invaded.
I could predict the same thing.
You know what I mean? Like a real.
There's definitely going to be a
invasion.
war.
That's what I'm excited for. That.
That's what I know. I'm like, there's a war happening.
Yeah, with the goblins.
And I didn't expect the goblins to be an interesting villain for me.
Are they like kind of a side, like not really a throwaway character?
No, the goblins are very important to the world of
Okay.
wizards, right? But I don't believe we've ever seen or had a goblin villain. And most of the times it's just humans running
it.
amok.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So it's usually just humans.
I thought it was He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Human.
He's a human?
He's a human.
He don't look like a human.
Oh, because
looks
he
like
did
a ghoul.
he used too much forbidden magic.
Oh.
So at the end of the day, I didn't expect it. You know, I never looked at the goblins as threatening because the way they've always been portrayed. But this guy, I was like, okay, you a legit midget trap.
Legit midget trap. What's a midget trap?
Midget threat.
Oh. I don't think you can say midget anymore.
Dwarf.
Dwarf threat.
Goblin threat.
So we will probably update you more as we play the game, probably, or maybe not. But this is our review of where we are now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Hogwarts
to come to his
Legacy
house
is a
more.
banger. It's awesome. If you haven't gotten it, you should get it. I would say it's worth the $70.
Yeah.
because it is 70 beans.
I wouldn't.
Which is a little more pricey, I think, than the game.
And I believe
is.
there's an extra edition.
Yeah, you can get the the extra Azkaban edition or something.
Man, listen.
Like I said, it's $70 though. You're gonna be able to do anything you want. I think you can go to Azkaban. Like if you mess up, they'll send you there.
Yeah.
I want to go.
You want to mess up?
I want to really cause hell.
Oh, you want to go?
This is what I'm saying. Now, what were you saying about how I play the game?
Oh, so the way you play the game is just completely different from me. I noticed that you were just running through it. You just want to get to
that. You see what I'm saying?
To the violence.
Yeah.
You want to get to the fun parts, and there's a lot of fun parts. So I
That's
get how
what
you
I
feel
meant earlier.
I get how you felt, right? But your brain was like, you got your spells. You learned a few things. You're like,
yeah.
All right, let me get to the next part.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, I get them. I get it. Usually
My
I'm
thought
like,
was that. My thought was like a better version of this game for me, for somebody like me, would be you know all your spells already going in, and like you just start. And that's just me though. That's why I said that was just me.
What's funny? If you bought the extra edition, you would have had the forbidden spells.
Damn. I could have just been rocking people.
You could have been rocking people.
I'm about to get a refund. Like, yo, my bad.
I think you can still buy it.
Yeah, but now I'm going to spend like $800.
No, I think it's like
I already dropped 70 beans.
Yeah.
Now I got to get Abacadabra. Whatever the forbidden spell is.
Yeah.
There's like
you can
three.
Like mind control.
Control people.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So that's what I meant earlier. It's like
them.
A perfect game for me would be like, all right, you know everything already. Mm-hmm. You don't need to like equip yourself that much. Like going through Hogsmeade is good for somebody who's a big fan.
Yes.
Right.
For
but
me,
for me, it was boring.
For me, it was fun.
I don't care.
Like,
wow. They're like, the guy's like, oh, this wound isn't right. And I'm like, can you hurry it up? I'm hitting Y. I'm like, skip.
You are Slytherin.
I'm like, skip. You saw what I was doing. Like,
yes.
They're like, go see the guy with the potion. I'm like, oh,
I'm actually sitting there interested by the dialogue. I was like, oh, what the potion guy got to say to me? He's like, skip. You're buying this game yourself and play it. Skip.
Let's go. What's the spell to hurry this shit up? That's what I want to know. Scipiosis. That's what I want to know. So I can't rate the game. I mean, this game is up there though. I don't know if I can rate it because I'm not done with it. But if I can imagine, it's gonna be it might be like a 4.5 for me.
Hold on. Oh, it was 5 out of 5 for me, and I didn't even finish the game.
Yeah.
But I would say I was gonna ask you this: what do you think about like the art design? Like just the visual.
No, it's a beautiful game. Like I said, I was in awe of Hogwarts. Like I was like, wow, this is amazing. The attention to detail, the way you could just like interact with the environment. Like you pass things and they move. The cat comes up to you, you can pet it. So
when I saw the troll, it made me immediately think of Gears of War.
Oh, like the locusts.
Yes.
The troll's awesome and the goblins look great.
And I was just like, huh. I'm actually intimidated by this damn troll.
The troll was dope. When he broke through the freaking building,
yeah, I
was going crazy in my house. I was like, yeah, let's go. And then like, see that's the thing. Like that happened, and then they're like, all right, so you go back to Hogwarts, and then the guy, Professor Fig, is like, come back and meet me so we can talk about this ancient artifact. And I'm in the office like, yeah, like, what's up? Like let's throw down. Like, we got to fuck these dudes up. And he's like, no. You have to go learn a few. I'm like, I don't want to go learn nothing. I want to go fuck them up.
Oh, my God.
You see what I mean? But again, that's just my vibe. Like, that don't take that as a critic.
You know what I was thinking about it the whole time? What is the mystery behind this artifact?
I do want to know that.
What's the mystery behind this artifact? We gotta go split some heads
to find that out.
I was like, tell me more about the magic.
Yeah, I want to know about the forbidden magic and
what can I learn?
Why I think you possess it as well, because during the troll fight they're like, use the forbidden magic, so I think you have it.
Yeah.
And then your friend is like,
what makes me so special?
And then I like the dialogue because it varies. Like, you pick what you want to say.
Yeah.
Because if you remember when you first come in the crib. It's called Hogwarts the crib. When you first come in the crib,
the magical crib.
What's her name? Miss Weasley is like, hey,
Professor
she's
Weasley.
grilling you. She's like, what happened before you came up here? We know something went down, but we want to know what it is. And you're like, and you could pick. You could basically allude to something happened, or you could just straight up be like, I don't know nothing. and I'm from the Bronx, so you know what I went with.
A looter?
I don't know shit. She was like, I know something happened out there.
I just told her the truth.
What?
Yeah.
What you say? What do you mean?
I just told her the truth.
What did you say to her?
It was like, I went in the ruins.
You told her?
I told her.
Why would you do that?
Because I didn't tell her more than that. I was like, I went to the ruins.
No, I didn't say nothing.
Listen, I trust a Winsley.
Bruh.
I trust
She
Winsleys.
asked me mad stuff.
I trust Winsleys.
It's Weasley.
Weasleys.
All right, listen. You don't say nothing. She wasn't there. You don't know what Professor Fig wanted you to say.
Listen.
And you just going straight up offer info.
Weasleys
See, now
are
I gotta
trustworthy.
finish playing it because I want to see where we end up.
Weasley.
Because she was like, what happened out there? I'm like, I don't know nothing. I ain't see nothing. We came through. We had a little. I think I said, they like, do you want to basically say what you said? You want to give up all the info? Do you want to say like, oh, there was like a little hiccup, but nothing crazy? That's what I said. And then Professor Fig came up and he was like, oh, like you didn't say anything, right? And I'm like, nah, I didn't say nothing, bro. I didn't say nothing. He's like, oh, good. You just dropping info.
Weasleys are okay to trust. All Weasleys.
I don't know her. I don't know her. I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her. Everybody but Professor Fig, you're dead.
Wow.
Killing everybody.
Wow.
You just wait. Great game though so far.
Wow.
Great game.
So what do you think about the two companions you can choose from?
I don't care about him.
You don't care about him?
I don't care. Sebastian was cool, but I feel like he's gonna turn on you. I feel like later on he's gonna screw you over. I trust the chick more.
Yeah.
But I like Sebastian because he was like, you want to go to the fight club? And I was like, yeah, let's do that.
No, he's just a bad boy in school. I don't think he's a bad dude.
He's a bad boy.
Natty
So
just had
listen,
that. She was cute.
while I was playing this game, I was taking breaks from this game to play another game.
This guy.
An old Xbox game.
No one cares about this, but he's about to tell us.
No, this is good. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
This is good. So this is a very old game
Retro.
from 2004 called Manhunt. That was very popular at the time and very controversial. The way that Hogwarts Legacy is controversial now, Manhunt was very controversial.
This game ain't controversial.
Well, I mean, objectively it is because it's in the headlines about it being controversial. So it is controversial. I mean, maybe it's not controversial.
The greatest
to you.
game of 2023.
That doesn't mean it's not. I mean, the greatest things are controversial.
I know.
If you want to break it down,
That's true.
like that.
That's a good point.
So anyway, in 2004, this game came out, and it was like it's a very violent game. So they were like, this is what's gonna ruin the children. This is gonna ruin society. Games like this, it's a Rockstar game, same people that made GTA and stuff like that. So it was in the headlines of how violent and brutal it was. Manhunt is a game. So I got it on an emulator for the Xbox, which means you could download it basically to a hard drive and then play it off disc from the computer. For those that don't know, not saying that I knew because I was enlightened 10 seconds before I got it. So somebody did it for me. So I'm like, I want to play this game because I remember growing up, this game being notorious for being violent, for being crazy. And basically what it is you are executed by the state, right, in the beginning. But you wake up in a room and there's a guy on an intercom. And he's like, listen, we didn't kill you. We're going to give you another chance at life. But what you got to do is you basically got to be on my reality show. And you got to make it through the night in the city where all these gangs are. And you got to make it through the city, through the gangs. So basically what the game is, you have to, it's a stealth game. Another game that I'm not used to, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Same way I'm not used to open world games, or it's the games I don't like. So once I found that, I was like, oh God, So you have to like Assassin's Creed style, go through the shadows. Like the shadows are your friend in this game. You got to be in the shadows. You got to be very stealthy. You got to kill people silently. If you make any noise, they're going to come. If they overpower you, you can either run away or you just get your ass beat, right? So what I really like about the game, it's very violent. It's very dark and very gloomy. The vibe of this game, the music is dark, it's slow, it's just a grimy, gritty looking game. So I'm playing it, cutting people up with glass, just slitting people's necks, beating people with bats. And then eventually I get to the part of the game, like literally 5 minutes in, where I'm like, this game is mad hard. Like this game is too hard for me.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a stealth game.
And it was on normal?
Yeah, it's it's like a stealth game, so it's not a game I'm used to. You can't just run into a room and just butcher everybody.
Yeah.
You can't just run into a room and shoot everybody like in Left 4 Dead, which is my kind of game. I'm a simple guy. So I feel the urge to quit the game almost immediately because I'm like, this is too hard. Like I don't like being stealth. I don't like being patient. I don't like waiting for them to pass. And then, if this guy passes, but then this guy passes, I got to wait for both of them to pass and go separate ways. Too much for me to even think about.
Wow.
But as I feel the pull, another piece of me goes, no, you're not doing this anymore. You ain't a bitch. And I decided right there, no matter how hard the game is, I'm beating this game. I am going against my nature. I'm going against my impulsivity and my impatience, and I'm beating this game.
What the fuck is wrong with you and patience? Like why are you two just battling all the time?
Because I'm impatient. I mean, it's how I was wired. What do you want? Maybe I have ADHD. I really think I got something. Whatever it is, I got something. So anyway, I tell myself, no, I've had enough. I've had enough of me being this way and quitting games like this. I actually like the aesthetic of this game and the story. I want to see how this ends. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to make it my mission to beat this game. No matter how long it takes, no matter what I got to do, I'm going to beat this game. Now, it's about to get good now.
Okay.
So now I start playing for real. And I'm dying every 5 seconds. And I make a move, and then they go, there he is right there. And they all come and they beat the shit out of me. And I'm just dying and dying and dying, right?
2 years later.
But
okay,
I finally make it to about halfway through the game. So pat me on the back, slap me on the ass, right?
Whoa.
I make it halfway through, about what I believe is about halfway through the game.
I would have pat you on the back, but
because there's no bar to indicate how far you are through the game, but I believe I'm about halfway through, right?
You believe?
Yeah. I'm about on scene 5. So what is there? There's not going to be 20. There's going to be like 15 maybe, right?
No.
So it's about, it goes with scenes. That's what the game is.
How
it goes
many
through
scenes do they show you?
Well, they show you 4 at a time.
Oh, okay.
So I was on the second block of 4. So I don't think there's going to be like 20. Anyway, so I get halfway through the game, right? You would think I'd be better at this point. I'm totally not. I'm just scraping by like I am in life, right? Just.
Are you even listening to what they tell you to do?
I know you there's nothing you can there's nothing that really you learn later on.
Okay.
You gain all the knowledge pretty much in the first 2 scenes.
Okay.
You just have to there's little things which I'll get to in a second that will change throughout the game, like the map or you have to do like little side things to advance too. Not a side quest, but like something that's out of the ordinary. Like you have to go find this piece of you got to go find this thing to open this door, basically, right?
Yeah.
So those little things will happen, but you still got to stealthily move through and kill people. So I get halfway through the game, right? And the way this game works is when you get on a level, you can save, you save with videotapes as you go, right?
Okay.
So as you go through the level, though, if you make it halfway through the level and you die, you only got to start halfway through the level again.
That's not bad.
But if you quit, you got to start the whole level again.
I like that.
Right? So I get to this part where I got to get on this crane. I got to get a gasoline tank for this crane, use the crane to start squashing people. So I have to kill people in the middle of all that.
This game is violent.
I'm stealthily killing people. I get the gas can. I get the gas can, and I got to kill a bunch of guys to get back to the crane and then use the crane, right? So I mess up the crane thing immediately. Now, fast forwarding, let's say I did this 4 times, right?
Yeah.
This is where it gets crazy. Every other time that I got to the crane, which took me like an hour each, the crane would glitch out in the game and it wouldn't work.
Nope.
I had no control over it. Like literally,
wow.
The whole game would freeze except for the villains. They'd come kill you, and it would take them forever to come kill you. By the way, it would take you forever to die. So now I'm like, okay, so now it's like luck of the draw. If I make it there, sometimes the crane works, sometimes it don't, right? So then I keep going, and then all of a sudden 2 times it don't work in a row. So I'm like, oh man, this is bad. So then I quit for the night. I play again the next day, and I got to do the whole level over again.
Yeah.
I do it twice. The crane is dead. I don't know what I did, but I glitched the game out. The crane will not work anymore. Right? So now I'm pissed. So the only logical thing to do now, because I said I'm not quitting the game,
Okay.
I have to restart the game.
You have to restart the whole game.
Yeah, which I did. I restarted the game, right? From the freaking beginning. And I was telling Cemetery Girl that she was like, well, at least, like, you know, now you're better at the game, so you make it through faster, right?
no.
I was like, no, I still suck.
No.
So last night, I finally get back, which I got back a little quicker, right? I get back to the crane.
Okay.
After restarting the entire game,
You get back to the crane.
it's glitched 2 more times. So now I'm screwed. The game won't work. Now I'm in a pickle. I'm in a bind. What do I do? You ask.
Play Hogwarts.
No, I will do that. I told you. You right there. I'm not quitting this game.
He's not quitting.
This is the universe testing me. And I don't give a fuck. I'm beating this game. So what I'm going to do is...
You can give up if the game keeps messing up, bro. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's the game.
No, this is what I'm going to do. I don't care. Fuck you. This is what I'm doing now. Before I moved here, Dre gave me an old Xbox, which is what this game is for. It's just the Xbox, though. So now I'm going to buy the disc for this game because it's on an emulator. I'm going to buy the actual disc, buy the controller, buy the little thing, to hook the Xbox up, everything I need, and I'm playing this game again from the beginning with the disc. If you think I've had enough of my own shit, I'm beating this game, I'm beating Hogwarts, I'm showing you what I'm made of.
Okay.
I'm not a bitch. I'm Slytherin. We're ambitious.
Let's see.
This is what we do. So stay tuned to hear how this goes, because I don't know when I'm gonna get when I'm gonna like actually get this started.
So why do you wait for that? Are you gonna play Hogwarts?
Yeah, periodically. I'll probably play it tonight.
That game is so good. I'm so excited. I think
Yeah,
I'm just
you like it more than me.
Yo, bro, I'm definitely popping up in your house and be like, yo, bro, can I just play that game?
Yeah. Well, just knock on the door. Just come and knock on the door. So stay tuned for that. Speaking of murder.
Yeah, what's up?
A long time ago on the show, a couple months ago, we discussed this case in Colorado where this funeral home director was stealing body parts and selling them. She would tell people that the ashes of the loved one was their ashes.
Yeah.
But in fact, it would be like cigarette buds. It would be like dust, all this stuff.
There's an
and then
update?
she would sell the body parts to like science and labs and all this other stuff, right? So there is an update. She got 20 years in the clink.
Damn.
20 years in prison.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, but
Don't do that to people.
Hold on. This is what I gotta say. It didn't make sense because I'm like, damn, 20 years for that? Like, that's a lot. But then I read that she was selling also body parts that had HIV and AIDS and stuff. That you gotta get, that's bad.
That's life.
Bad.
That's life.
Okay. Chill, homie.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's
you got
life.
throw those out.
20
That's
years
life.
is not enough if you was doing that.
Yeah. But before that, I thought about it, and I'm like,
20 years is still not enough.
no. See, if you take that away from it, right? Mm-hmm. You take the AIDS stuff away. That's where you really messed up.
Yeah.
That's where you botched this whole thing.
Yeah.
20 years for
Did she know
fooling people. What do you mean, did she know?
that the person's like,
I guess so. I don't know. Anyway, her mom was in cahoots too.
oh,
Yeah, they were.
It was a whole
like a
family
family arrangement. I was thinking to myself,
how much were you,
You
selling
know-
your body parts for?
no.
Oh,
She was selling for like $200 a head.
That's not
$200 a leg, $1,000 a leg, or
It sounded
something
like
like
she
that.
wasn't connected to the black market.
I don't know, but she was doing enough. She was doing well. She was doing fine. We read the menu on the show whenever we talked about this.
I do remember.
But like the thing with ashes, I don't get ashes. I don't like ashes. It just seems like clutter. What is the purpose? I mean, I might be on my own with this, and I probably am. I don't get ashes. I don't want your ashes. I
would never give you my ashes.
my parents are like, the dog died, and they were like, we got you the ashes, we got you some hair, and I'm like, oh, clutter. Like when any one of my loved one goes,
Yeah.
what do I need the ashes for? I got the memory, and if I get dementia, I don't know it. What do I care? What is the ashes gonna do? It's just a fucking ugly piece of urn or piece of metal or box.
I mean,
that
you could
sits-
choose your own urn.
Yeah, it just sits around though and collects more. It's dust that collects dust. And then the kids come over and hey, don't be over there. It's Grammy's ashes. Don't be horsing around over there. And then when you die, then like the kids are like, great. Now I got now I feel bad because I got your ashes and then all the ashes that you have. Like, I don't want to be responsible for throwing away ashes. You know what I mean? That seems disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to inherit my mom. Like, she doesn't have ashes, I don't think, of her loved ones. I don't believe so. Oh, she does. But then it's like, who gets those? Me?
Yeah.
What am I going to do with them?
I inherited my little brother's ashes.
That's the one. That's the one in the baby doll, right?
Yeah.
Extremely creepy.
Yeah.
That's the only one that's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Because it's creepy.
Yeah.
You have your dead brother's ashes in a
Yep.
baby doll.
Yep.
And it used to be in the background of the show.
Yep.
That's cool, though. That I like. It's morbid. Morbid, I like.
It wasn't my idea, so no one better. Well,
No, I like it. I
wasn't my
like
idea.
it. I like it. But it's like, you know, like I don't know.
would've had
I don't know. I don't know.
would have had my father's in a Snoopy doll if I found one.
That's kind of cool. See, I guess there's things you could do, but it's like generally, I don't know if people agree with me or not.
Popeye's doll.
He liked Popeye, the Sailor
Yeah,
Man?
he loved Popeye, the fucking Sailor Man.
Oh, I didn't know anybody was
He
that
would do the
rabid.
voice and everything.
He would walk around, yak, 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 yak.
All of it. When we was kids, I'm Popeye. Yeah.
And then he would punch you.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes, deadass. Sometimes he just hit us.
Wow. So I don't know if anybody's with me on the ashes thing. I feel like a lot of people love them, which I get it, but it's like, and then people throw them at Disneyland. When it calls it
Really?
it's a big thing.
Really?
Big deal. I
Why?
think that like people want to give birth at Disneyland because they feel
What?
because one time somebody gave birth at Disneyland, Disney gave that kid like a lifetime pass.
Lit.
And it was the only time though. So I think
Lit.
once people heard that, they were like, you know, they're like, I'm in a labor. Let's go to Disney so that we can get the like Disney has so they can get the pass. But they don't give it out anymore. I think it was that one time.
Yeah.
And then another thing people like to do is throw ashes in the Haunted Mansion because people that are Disney heads will be like, I want that done. So then the sick people will go do it. So I think that it's a pretty common.
Yo,
for
that's kinda
people.
cool, though.
Like they have protocol for that now. That's how common it is. Where like,
Whoa.
they're like on top of it, like, you're not doing this. You're not throwing ashes up in here. Like they'll vacuum it up. You will end up in the garbage.
There's another way to get your ashes into Disney World. If y'all want to know some tricks.
Oh, give us the chips.
Why don't y'all actually like instead of like throwing the physical ashes, right? Like
Yeah.
you turn them into like crystallize them.
What? It sounds like an expensive process.
No, not really.
You mean make them like maybe you can make them with ice, put them in an ice tray,
I mean,
and you throw the ice, let it
there's
melt.
no. There's just like you can crystallize ashes. You can get them into like jewels and stuff like that. Turn them into charms,
and then throw it.
and then like find a location. You know.
But yo, Disney is so like you don't even know you're being watched. Their
I
security
know.
is so badass. If you throw that, they'll be like, "What?" They'll be like, "What is that? What is that?" And they'll go find it. I swear. They'll sniff it out.
I
You
think
think
really, yeah.
you ain't gonna just be because you ain't just gonna be able to throw something because they're gonna see you throw it and they're gonna be like, "What is that?" And they're gonna throw it away
Be smart about it.
because number one, they don't like litter.
Yeah.
So if you throw something like that, you might be able to get away with throwing it on a ride, but they got the infrared cams. You'll get sniped. They'll snipe you.
You know what's funny? I just thought about somebody like I'm surprised I never heard of anybody doing the Ouija board in the World Disney.
I don't think you have time. I
Like
think
at
if
the
you
hotels
stayed,
and stuff like that. Yeah. Put like a
that's probably been done.
pentagram.
That's
I never heard
definitely
like
been
a
done.
pentagram story out there.
Well,
I need to hear one of those.
we could. I mean,
We need to.
we can arrange that.
I'm not involved with that.
Oh, you don't want to do the Ouija board?
Hell,
I'm a little hesitant too. But
little
like,
hesitant?
I'm pretty sure it's
I
been
don't
done though.
need to know demons exist. I know they exist.
Yeah, like in the
Like-
Sam Smith Grammy performance. Did you see that?
Bro, I've experienced weird shit already.
Did you see the Sam Smith Grammy performance?
No, I didn't.
That's big topic.
I saw.
You need to
I
see
saw
that. It was very
what's that fucking
demonic.
Travis Scott
Astroworld.
Astroworld?
Yeah, that was hell.
That was definitely hell. I heard. Like I went back and seen all the little weird possession shit that people keep pointing out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, they're blatantly in our face now.
Like when apparently in the Santa Claus show, the new Santa Claus show on the Disney
Yep.
Disney Plus, they put "I Love Satan."
Yep.
I heard that was just that was blatant though. It was like
Yeah,
a joke.
no, it was on purpose. See, that's the thing. It's never a joke. It's
But
just what
sometimes it is though.
you know, bro.
I don't think. See, this is the thing. This is
See-
what I was thinking. Right.
Okay.
I don't think every single time that Satan is brought up or devil stuff is brought up in the media, it's always could be Illuminati.
Listen,
Some people
but
do it
Disney
just to mess
Disney
with you.
has been doing it for years, though.
You think so?
No, people literally. You got to take some time and go back to old black and white Mickey and stuff. They've been doing this for
There was a black and white.
years.
There was a black and white video. I'll put it in the thing. I think this is real. A black and white Mickey cartoon where he fucks cheese. Like, 'cause you know how you put the holes in Swiss
Yeah,
cheese?
yeah,
He
yeah.
has his dick out and he's like, I'll put it in the video. I'll
That's
put it here.
hilarious. But no, they've have cartoons talking about pentagrams and all that stuff like that. I just watched an old one with Donald Duck talking about like the pentagram and the triangle. I was like, oh, they've been doing this for years. Definitely for years.
But do you think that every time it is brought up in the media, it is satanic worship?
Currently, yes.
So the Lil Nas X video from 2 years ago, you believe it's satanic?
Currently, yes, because the thing, like, actually, when you actually study like this stuff, it's supposed to be in your face. It has to
face.
be in your face,
Right.
Because they can't lie to you about it. The thing is that the only reason why they keep saying to people, and then people are going, "Oh, it's a joke," because if you're not spiritually aware and that stuff is not censored, that's not something you're in that realm of, it's gonna come to you off as a joke. You're gonna be like, But just like the Ouija board, what do you say? I'm not interested in messing with that.
Yeah.
How many
Well, you're
other
opening doors to things. with
But
that.
that's what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff is frequency and all that stuff like that. They do it all the time. Like, I was watching the Super Bowl thing and I was like, Doritos again. They did Illuminati thing with their triangles. And
You
I'm
eating
like,
Doritos today.
yeah, I love my Doritos though.
So you down with this? You down with the cause?
Hey, listen, Illuminati, you might have to hit me up. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You're just saying.
I'm just saying.
We
You know,
kinda have
at the end of the day, if somebody put me on the top of the pyramid, it is what it is.
So then why are you even complaining about
I
it?
never said I was complaining. I'm just saying. I'm
were-
just saying. We're talking about the truth.
right.
It's just the truth. Now, you ain't asked me what side I side on.
I don't think you side because you love Jesus.
I don't
think you side with the devil.
Who is Jesus?
Oh God, we're gonna get into that now.
No.
I think we have a very similar vibe with our
Yeah.
outfit right now. You have like a fluffy
Thank you.
collar, and so do
Thank
I.
you. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
see
go.
it?
Fluffy. I see
You see
it.
what I mean?
Yeah, I see
Now,
it.
is this satanic to you?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Very satanic. We're doing
so
satanic.
Watch the Sam Smith Grammy thing because he was dressed up in devil garb and
Mm-hmm.
the red lights. I'll tell you one thing. I don't care about the performance. The song is kind of good. And the only thing that I couldn't even watch it because the lights were so red. It hurt my eyes.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even watch it.
How about the Bad Bunny thing? I did see a little bit of that.
What
when
did he
they just,
do?
They just had, people were just like, yo, I did hear the note saying that they kept talking about it. Oh, it's all a scam.
I didn't hear nothing about Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny had like flames in the background for a song that wasn't even like
All right,
about it.
but there's flames in.
So I guess
the flames are cool.
No, but people were saying that if you watch the whole Grammys, it had that whole energy.
If
what
you're
you were
telling me
talking
that,
about.
if you're telling me that the mainstream music industry is a bunch of Satan worshippers, you think I'm gonna be like, oh no? Like, you think that's gonna be a fucking shock?
Nah, no.
Like, the thing is, who watches it? Like, I get a lot of people watch the Grammys, but why? It's not entertaining.
It's
Like,
not. I never watched that shit.
Oh yeah, I want to see a bunch of people get awards.
It's not.
I didn't even want to go to award ceremonies when I was getting the award.
I know.
I was like, can you just give me the award tomorrow?
Yeah, I remember.
Like, who wants to see? And the best album
it was
is
so
Katy
embarrassing.
Perry. Yeah, and then people are arguing. People are like, oh, Beyonce got slighted for album of the year again. Who cares?
I know.
Do you like the album? You love it, I'm sure. And also, guess what? Beyonce got paid. because you bought it and millions of people bought it. Who cares that a bunch of stuffy people in some freaking room was like, oh, I'm going to slight Beyonce. And what does it do for her career? She's already a legend. Seriously. Who cares about a Grammy? Like, there's just certain things that are
stupid.
They're so ingrained in society that I'm like Ashes and the Grammys. It doesn't make, none of them make sense. Neither one makes sense to me. I'm going to waste my time watching a bunch of people that, okay, so then besides the, what do you call it? The performances, those I get. I get you want to watch. Other than that, what is the show? Somebody comes out and the award goes to
make a few jokes.
Pharrell. And then, but then what's the other part of the show? People wave. Hi. I want to sit and watch a show where people, motherfuckers just waving. That's it. Hi.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Yeah, then I got to see the speech. Like, I don't give a I really don't care.
This year my mother
I don't
died.
think we should care. I don't think we should put any stake into the Grammy or any award. If you like the show, who cares? None of my favorite albums won any awards. None. Does it take any pleasure out of me listening to it? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I get it's like, I guess something for the artist. You feel accomplished. But at the end of the day, I mean, Drake even made this speech that like it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because people bought it and that should be the metric that you go by.
The Grammys was the one where one of the people
one of the people jumped up?
No, I think it was Bad Bunny.
On stage?
Bad Bunny was speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
And instead of them having caption, they said not English.
Oh yeah, just not English. Yeah, so low effort. Like you're making millions and it's just like you can't hire a Spanish translator.
They don't even have to hire anybody, really. They got computers to do.
Yeah, just use AI, dude. Really? Like this is what I'm saying. This is just it's ridiculous. I don't want to see the dress. I don't want to see what they're wearing. I don't care. I don't understand why. The Super Bowl I get. A bunch of people beating the shit out of each other and they get points. You know what I mean? When you break it down. And you get commercials.
Nah, that was crazy.
The Grammys I don't get. Sports I get. Yeah, they're beating the shit out of each other. You get points. You have a team you like. I have a team I like. I can see the appeal. I don't see the appeal of, hi, I won an award.
Oh my God, people were going crazy off of the NFL too because they were like
That's fine.
Somebody was like, that was a great scripted play. And scripted game or something like that. People
Bruh.
Like, told you the NFL is scripted.
Bruh,
I was like,
I don't. If you tell me the NFL is scripted, you think I would say? You think I would not believe it? Like, yeah, it might be. Who cares? You know what else is scripted?
WWE.
Literally everything else you watch.
That's a fact.
You think it would break my heart to know the NFL is scripted? I don't watch it. I don't care. I watch wrestling scripted. Like everything you watch is scripted. Movies, plays, reality shows, not reality. The news, everything's scripted, bitch. Who cares? You think sports would be exempt? Probably not.
Except basketball.
You can find us, if you're not watching this on YouTube, youtube.com/@GKBPOD. If you're on YouTube and you want to take us in your pocket, you want to take us around at your job, we are on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on all the podcast platforms. Make sure you go to the Gritty Knows Best Instaham, hit us up. You got a plug?
Most Great Adventures. Yeah.
On
Instagram.
Great. Peace and love.
Subscribe.
See you next time. Yeah, like and subscribe. Oh.